What up, y'all? It's me, Prez, here to show you some different variations of the jab, okay? If you know anything about fighting, jab is king, okay? The person with the best jab usually wins. So, and the jab sets up a lot of stuff, mostly a lot of combos. So, if you got a good jab, you probably got good combos. You can really improve your hands by improving your jab when you have a sweet jab, all right? So, I'm just about to show you some different variations on how to throw the jab. And these are ways that you can land a punch, all right? Because your jab is your quickest punch, and it's the closest one to your opponent. So, if you're gonna use one to hit somebody, it probably will be your jab, all right? Because it's the fastest, and again, it's the closest one to your opponent. So, we're gonna start off with, this is a high risk, high reward jab, all right? It's the stationary jab. Why is it such a high risk? It's because your head doesn't move. Why is it a high reward? It's because you can throw a lot of punches. You can throw a lot of jabs just standing there, you know what I mean? But you're still standing there, you're just standing there, okay? So anybody that know how to slip or parry might hit you back, all right? If you're not using this jab calculated. So, the stationary jab, all right? So, I'm a southpaw, so check me out. Hands up. And the stationary jab is just a straight punch. It's just a straight punch. You see how my head not moving? I'm just there. But it's very quick. I can throw a couple of them. I can throw a couple of them really quick, all right? But your head's still right there, all right? So that's a jab. Don't be afraid to not use that. So if I was so when I'm sparring or something like that, I'm moving around, I'm like, then move, okay? But when you throw this, you got a little recovery time, and then you got to move, all right? That's what makes it dangerous. You're stuck there for just a split second, and any boxer, any MMA fighter, anybody who fights knows that it only takes a split second, all right? So, the next jab is a jab with a slip, all right? So I'm in my fight stance, and if you don't know how to slip correctly, you just turn your hip out. So when I turn my heel out. When I turn my heel, my hip turns, my shoulder turns, all right? So that takes my head off center. That makes this a less dangerous move, okay? But I throw less because there's more things working. So when I was throwing a stationary jab, it's really just my arm moving, all right? And a little leg pressure, you know? But here, it's a couple things moving. You got your shoulder, hip, arm, all that stuff moving together. You're not gonna do it as quick as the first jab. So, I'm in my fight stance, and when I turn my foot out, I'm gonna put my hand out, all right, straight in front of my face. So as you can see, if you hit me in the nose right now, and I slip, my nose isn't there no more. It's more here, you know what I mean? So I got a shoulder for you to miss. This is the sweet spot, okay? As long as they miss your head, they can hit your shoulder, the back of your neck all you want, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta make them miss the sweet spots, all right? So I'm in my fight stance, slip, bang, squish, turn. All right, so this is the high risk move still because I'm still in the same spot. So the first jab, my head was still in the same spot and my whole body's still in the same spot. So now the second jab, my head isn't in the same spot, but my body is still here. So you see, I can't do as many of those as I can do the other, okay? All right? I can throw a lot more of the stationary jab than that one because there's more things going on. So, now, that was a stationary jab. This is just the jab with the slip. My body's still here. So, there's another jab that moves, that slips, and moves the body, all right? So, hands up, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna slip, but we're gonna step and slip at the same time, all right? So now, my body moves, as you can see. So when I was here, my head moves. You still can see this. You can't see the board behind it. But when I step here, you can see the board behind it. All right? You don't gotta, when we're moving out the way, when we're doing defense, when we're trying not to get hit, it ain't big steps out the way. It's gonna be this. And now you completely miss. Those movements make people completely miss, and I'm still close by. You don't want to take a big step. Now I can't reach him. I just made a miss, but I can't capitalize off of it. That's the key, is to capitalize off of misses. And so what we're gonna do is hands up. We're gonna step out. So as you can see, my foot moves. It moves. And I'm squishing at the same time. I'm turning my heel out at the same time, which turns my body. And now I'm throwing that punch straight. It's still going where it's supposed to be. My body moves, my head moves. Bah, 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 bah. And I do less because there's more things going on. I gotta step out, turn, put my hand out, bring it right back, okay? So, that's it. Bah, bah. So somebody throwing so let's say I'm in my southpaw stance. Let's say he in his southpaw stance, he throwing his cross coming at me, slipping over. Bah, bah, bah. All right? That moves my body, all right? And now, but I'm still here, okay? So it moves my body, but I'm still in the same general area, all right? So now we got one more jab, well, two actually. I'm gonna show you how to do it both directions, you know what I mean? To the open side and the closed side. That's what I like to call it. Lead, rear, forward. Okay. So the next one is just the step jab. All right. And all I'm doing is stepping with it. So whole body move, head move. All right. So step, step, and it's a little step. I told you it's little steps. I want to capitalize on them missing. So if I said, how can I hit him now? I got out the way, all right? I'm jabbing at the same time, so I'm throwing offense while I'm defending. I'm defending because I'm moving. Okay? And all we're doing is step, 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 step. When that foot moves, when that lead foot moves, your hand come out. Step, 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 step. All right? Now, I recommend that jab all the time. Well, not all the time, the majority of the time. If you mix up these jabs, you're going to beat somebody up. I'll tell you that right now, okay? Because they're coming at different angles, different ways, different speeds, and that's hard to keep up with. All right, that's hard to time when you get really good at doing it. So, I suggest you doing the step jab. Why? Because just like the stationary jab, I can throw a lot of those. I can throw a lot of these also because I'm putting my feet into the mix. All right, so now I got hands and feet working together. So when I'm doing this, there's a lot of things going on. But when I'm throwing my punch and I'm stepping at the same time, they all working together. So it's step, step, step. Every time you step, you throw a jab. So now all you gotta do is get your steps up quick. Get your quick steps. Okay, so that's my favorite jab. It's the step and move at the same time. All right. So that's when you're going to that side, and you can do the same thing, but that rear leg don't move as quick as the back leg. Why? Well, it can, but it usually doesn't. So let me rewind. All right, so this is what we had. Right there, we're pushing off on that back leg. That's why that punch moves so quick. So now we're going backwards, we gotta push off on this other leg. Okay? And it takes me away, all right? All right? So, Never walk back, always dance back. So, anytime you practice, you're gonna fight how you practice. So if you do a move, and you walk back, that's what you're gonna do in the fight. So, to recap, those are the jabs I'm showing you. So, to recap, we got the stationary jab, we got the slip jab, we got the step out slip jab, and we got the step in jab. Hey, I'm just calling them some stuff. It's a fucking jab, but just different footwork, different ways to throw it. Stepping while you jab. And then we got both directions. All right. So, that's your jab, okay? So, play with those. Okay? See how that works? You got jabs coming. And the thing about a jab, you can throw them at any time. Just throw them out there. All right? He ain't got to be in front of you. You working on that jab. He walk in, he going to feel some of this pain though. Okay? So, hope that helped. Like, subscribe, holla back.